Hey fellow equestrians, it's Claire here, and today I'm going to teach you how to tack up your horse. Yay! Now this is more of a video for beginners, so I hope you guys all like this, and I hope this is all very helpful to you guys. My model and helper for today is the one and only Rushton, if you can't tell yet by his wonderful markings. So I hope you guys like this. If you guys want me to do another video for beginners and you guys have ideas, just let me know and I will be sure to do that. I hope you guys like it, and let's get started. Okay, so first you are going to start with your saddle pad, and right now I'm using a Dover saddle pad, and these girth straps are going to show you that this is the front side. Okay, so we're just going to put this over their back. And an easy way to tell if your saddle pad is on straight is it has this line right here straight across the back, and you want this lined up with their backbone. And to tell how far it needs to be forward, a good rule of thumb, and this doesn't always apply, but you can run your hand down the front of the saddle pad straight down, and you want your hand to be about in the middle of their front shoulder. Okay, so just like that is about perfect, okay? Okay, and next we're going to do something that not all equestrians use, but it kind of helps the saddle fit better. So this is a half pad, and mine is a Lamy-style half pad. This is used on top of your saddle pad to help your saddle fit better and to keep your horse's back from getting hurt. So this just goes right on top of the saddle pad. You can tell that the side that goes down further is the front, and then this is the back. Hi, sugar. And I always start tacking up on the left side, and it's a good rule of thumb to always start tacking your horse up on the left side. And a fun fact about that is the reason we do that is when soldiers would mount their horses in the army, they had their sword on them, and if they didn't mount from the left side, they would actually stab themselves or their horse. So that's like a little piece of knowledge for you, but we just do it to give our horse a routine and get them something that they're used to pretty much. There's not a crazy like safety reason behind it, but yeah. And then the next thing is the saddle, and this is my saddle. It is an Ovation. You just put that right on top of everything. And you don't want to just lift it up and slam it down on your horse, because that could hurt their back or scare them. So just do it nice and gently. You want to make sure that these straps right here, your girth straps, are pretty much lined up with your saddle pad. And if they're not, you can take the front of your saddle pad and just lift it up underneath the pommel of the saddle, just to ensure that your saddle pad isn't pushing down really hard on their withers. And now we're good. Next, I use a breastplate, and not all people use them, but I do, so I'll show you how to do that. So just know that this part is optional. So this is my breastplate. It is a 5-point breastplate. I believe it's a Henry D. Revel. Hey, don't move. And so these parts with fleece go on the side, and this circle ring right here goes in the front. So you're basically gonna take this big circle right here and put it over his head like this. So let me show you. Once you have that done, it should look like this, and this long part hanging down goes between their legs and through the girth. So we'll go grab the girth and start doing that. All right, this is my girth, and I have a leather girth. The elastic side goes on the left. So lots of people say don't start with the elastic side, start with the leather side, but I find this way much easier for me to do. So I know lots of people do everything different, but I'm just showing you guys my way. So I'm gonna put this through the girth strap. Just like that. And after that, I'm going to grab this part of my breastplate and put it through my girth straps. Just like that. Next, I'm going to attach my girth to the first and the third strap on my saddle. And I'm gonna just attach it on the loosest one, because I still have to do the other side. going to push my girth through this between his legs. Just like that. And then we're going to go to the other side and attach the girth over there. Now that I have gone over to his right side, I'm going to reach underneath him and grab his girth. And I'm just like I did on the other side, I'm going to put it through the girth strap. And then take this part of his breastplate and put it through his girth straps. And again, I'm going to attach the girth straps to the first and the third straps on my saddle. And this time you want to pull it up as tight as you can. It's going to be a little hard because it's leather, but just take it up as tight as you can, and then we'll tighten it even more on the other side. That's elastic, so it should be easier. Next, I'm going to take this part of his breastplate, that's just a little clip, and clip it to this ring on the front of my saddle pad. Just like that. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. And then now that I'm on this other side, my girth is very loose, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten it on this side. And you always want to be sure that you don't tighten your girth too fast, too quickly, because some horses don't like that and they can get girth sore and get really cranky when you saddle them up. So be sure to do that as slowly as possible. I like to tighten it up pretty loose and then tighten it up all the way right before I'm about to get on when I'm at the mounting block. And I left 2 holes that I will tighten when I get up to the mounting block, so I just have it this tight for now. Lots of people have this strap here on their saddle, and what you'll do with it is this is to keep the saddle pad from slipping. So you just tuck it under the flap of your saddle and just close your saddle on top of it. And a good rule of thumb to tell how tight your girth should be is you want to stick 4 fingers underneath the girth on the side furthest away from the horse's head, just like this. You want to be able to stick your hands in there, and then when you pull up, you just want your fingers to barely come up off of his body. So when I stick my 4 fingers under, I can stick them under, not too difficult, not too easy. And when I pull up, my fingers just barely come off of his barrel. So our girth is nice and tight. Okay, next we're going to bridle our horse, and I am using my figure 8 bridle, so this is kind of a difficult bridle to do. It's not just your normal bridle, and it's got a bunch of special doodads on it, so just ignore that part. Hey, no, come back. Come back. Okay, so you're going to take your pony and take their halter off, and if you have a horse that will run away a lot when you take their halter off, all you have to do, slide it off, and minus the nose piece, you'll just slide it right back on. And so you have this to hang on to them if you need it, okay? But Rushton's good and he's not gonna run away, so I'm just gonna take that off. Oh, hi, buddy. Okay, so you want to take your reins and put them over your horse's neck. Just like that. And then you're going to get your shoulder under the horse's neck, reach your arm around their nose and give them a big hug. So if you have a horse that's going to flip their head or fight you when you're putting the bit in, you have your hand here to just hug them and keep you close. Then next you're going to take the crown piece of your bridle and hold it up to measure where the bit would be in his mouth. Then you're going to take this hand, grab both sides of the bridle so the bit's just perfectly where it should be. Then you have a whole hand free to put the bit in their mouth. And just hold your fingers under their mouth. And if you have a horse that is not going to just open right up for the bit, you have a thumb, you're going to stick it in the back of their mouth where they don't have any teeth, and you just tickle their tongue until they open. And then you pull up with this hand, okay? You want to keep pressure on that bit to keep holding it up in their mouth while you put both ears through. Just like that, we have both ears through. Then next, we're just gonna make sure, like, see how this is on his eye? You're gonna make sure that there's nothing on their eye irritating them at that time before you get started, okay? So, after that, we're going to start with the throat latch. Now, the throat latch starts on the other side. It's this really long piece of leather that goes behind their throat. And then this piece right here is what you attach it to. And to tell how tight it needs to be, so you're gonna take, I know lots of people do this differently, I'm just showing you my way. You're gonna take 4 fingers, put it through just like this, and you just want it to be lightly touching their throat, okay? If it's too tight, then it could choke them, and if it's too loose, then it's too loose. Now for my figure 8 bridle, the noseband is very difficult. Most horse bridles nosebands are just straight across. And if they're just straight across, you're gonna make sure that the straps go underneath this main piece that attaches to their bit. You're gonna make sure it goes underneath that and tighten that one. But for my figure 8 bridle, I'm going to slide all my doodads up. This first piece just attaches right underneath their cheek, and you want that pretty snug. And then next is the bottom part of the figure 8. And this goes underneath their bit on both sides, and you bring it around and you want to attach that. You also want this pretty snug. And ta-da, you have your horse bridled. And I know lots of people do the bridling the way where they hold the top all the way up here like this, but I am short, so that was a trick that I use because I am short. And I sometimes have to deal with difficult horses, even though Rushton here is a saint, and he'll never do anything like that. So, guys, I know lots of people use lots of different ways to tack up a horse, so I just wanted to show you guys the way that I do it. If you do it a different way, that's great, awesome. Everyone has different ways of doing things. Just let it be like that, okay? So I hope you guys liked it. If you liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Also, let me know if you want me to do some other videos like this for more of the beginner riders, and I will. Hope you guys like it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. The finished product. Look at you, cutie. Dun, 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 360, wow, 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 wow. Boom. All done. You're ready to ride. Are you ready to go, Rushton?